Hey guys, it's me, Josh. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I decided to take the car for a ride, and I figured I would give you guys a little kind of video how the car has been in about 2 weeks now. I just thought I would go get some groceries and take the old Vette for a ride, so we'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna go ahead and crank it up, and pumping gas right now, by the way. So I had already cranked it up and I missed on that video. Everything seems to be fine. There was a transmission leak, like I told you guys previously, and yeah, it was pretty bad when I got home 2 days ago. But filled it up and decided to take it out for a spin. So let's go ahead and crank this baby up. Hopefully it doesn't leave me stranded. All right, guys. It just pumped gas, so I just pumped a little bit. This is only a weekend car, so things seem to be fine. As far as this one goes, that one doesn't work, so let's not even pay attention to that one, but everything else seems to be working just fine. So we just finished doing the groceries. I got some family members coming over tonight, so trying to do some quick cooking before they get here. But yeah, the car so far so good. Like I said, I topped it up with transmission fluid earlier today. Everything seems to be in order. The time seems to be wrong, but the time doesn't work. But yeah, other than that, everything seems to be good. Gonna continue driving it for a couple more minutes and then park it up and hopefully drive it tomorrow again. And I do find myself in Houston right now. We're about 82 degrees, but it's windy, it's cool. Feels great. Took the top off, and I'm loving it. I mean, I went shopping with it, and I mean, it's a beautiful day, and so I'm having a blast right now. Just gotta get home as soon as possible. One thing that I did notice was that, holy shit, someone almost like rammed into another car. But anyways, I noticed that it's pulling a little bit to the right, so I do have to take it for alignment aside from everything else that I have to do for it. It's pulling to the right, and it's not a hard pull, but I do think that it might be either a tire is low, or 2 tires are low, or the car has some serious alignment problems right now, which it would be another problem that I would have to add to the list of problems that the car has. But you know, I do have 2 arms, so I'm gonna go ahead and use both hands to steer it. That I do every time I drive the car, and I believe it is important to check on it every single time you drive it, is obviously gas. And it's a bit difficult because you can't check the gas until you turn the car on. You would do that with most cars, but make sure the gas is there. Sometimes the gauges don't work and you might be full and not have any gas. Braking system, make sure your brakes are good, not smooshy or anything. Steering wheel feels normal, and then your lights work. I always do that every single time. It's almost like a routine. And obviously make sure that the car turns on. If not, then that's a problem. But just get in the habit of doing like a checklist of things that you need to do before starting the car, before driving it somewhere. Right now, like I said earlier, I'm 2 blocks away from home, so it shouldn't take me too long. And if I was stranded in the street or anywhere, my wife would be able to solve for me and pick me up. If I'm going on longer drives, I definitely check all the fluids because there's leaks on it. So check all the fluids and then make sure that the car turns on and everything seems to be working normal. Funny enough, I always have the habit of having a second pair of hats in the car, and the reason is because it gets really windy, and once it gets really windy, the chairs don't have a headrest, and your hat will most likely fly away. So my wife and I always keep hats in this car specifically, as I usually drive it with the windows down and no tops, and just like a convertible. Or I think it'll be a little different too, because convertibles have a wind deflector, whilst this one doesn't. So it's interesting because when you're driving it, your head tends to tilt back and then your head just flies away. Make sure you have a second spare hat. I usually keep mine over here. But yeah, it's funny. You gotta think about weird stuff like that sometimes. Alrighty, ladies and gents, we have finally made it home. Glad to see that everything seems to be in order, and happy to be home. Cool story. We got quite a couple of daisies growing into our backyard and our front yard. And I love the fact that there's butterflies and there's also a couple of bees. So I think it's pretty cool. love to be safe in these. But yeah, here's the car in all its glory. Beautiful. Get a lot of compliments on it, and then once I get to the garage, this is what I deal with. Just a stack of liquid. It's just horrible, actually. As you can see, there's multiple leaks in the car. Oh yeah, that's not a good thing. It's just not a good thing. This has been there for about 2 weeks now, so as you can tell, it does leak quite a lot. Why the whole thing is wet is because I had a spill, and also I left the car without running for a couple of weeks prior to that. So yeah, so it just kind of all went all over the place. But here's the beauty. If you guys want to know anything about this one, please comment below, and I will be doing videos if you guys want me to. And also this one, feel free to leave comments below. Thank you so much for joining me in my grocery trip today. Now I must get all these groceries out the car before my family gets here and make some dinner for them before they'll show up and there's nothing to eat. When that happens, when you get to someone's house, expecting there to be food and there's nothing, that happens to me constantly. So anyways guys, so I will let you guys go, and thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.